The Battle of Long Tan, a story of courage and determination. The dense rubber plantation near the village of Long Tan in Phuoc Tuy Province, South Vietnam, was eerily quiet on the morning of August 18, 1966. The air hung heavy with humidity, and the occasional rumble of distant thunder hinted at the storm to come. For the soldiers of D Company, 6th Battalion, Royal Australian Regiment, 6 RAR, it was another day in the unpredictable and dangerous terrain of the Vietnam War. Little did they know they were about to face one of the most harrowing and heroic battles in Australian military history. The day began with a routine patrol. D Company, a force of just 108 Australian and New Zealand soldiers, was tasked with investigating mortar fire that had struck their base at Nui Dat the previous night. The soldiers moved cautiously through the plantation, their boots crunching softly on the damp earth. As the hours passed, the rain began to fall, first as a light drizzle, then as a torrential downpour. The rain soaked their uniforms and turned the ground into a slippery mess, but it also masked the sounds of movement in the jungle. Unbeknownst to them, they were walking into the jaws of an ambush. At approximately 3:15 p.m., the first shots rang out. The crack of rifles and the chatter of machine guns shattered the stillness. D Company had stumbled into a massive enemy force, an estimated 2,000 North Vietnamese Army, NVA, and Viet Cong troops. The odds were staggering, nearly 20-1. Yet the Australians did not panic. Under the command of Major Harry Smith, they quickly established a defensive perimeter, using the plantation's trees for cover. The soldiers knew they were outnumbered, but they also knew they had no choice but to fight. The enemy came in waves, their attacks relentless and ferocious. The rain poured down in sheets, mingling with the mud and blood on the battlefield. The Australians fought with remarkable discipline, their training and superior firepower giving them a fighting chance. Machine guns roared, rifles cracked, and artillery shells screamed overhead, exploding with deafening force. The ground shook with the intensity of the battle, but the soldiers of D Company held their ground. As the hours dragged on, the situation grew increasingly desperate. Ammunition was running low, and casualties were mounting. The enemy showed no signs of relenting, launching attack after attack in an attempt to overwhelm the small force. The Australians, however, refused to give in. They fought with a determination born of sheer survival, their courage unshaken even as the odds seemed insurmountable. Back at Nui Dat, the sounds of the battle reached the ears of their comrades. Reinforcements were quickly mobilized. Armored Personnel Carriers, APCs, from 3-Troop 1st Armored Personnel Carrier Squadron roared through the rain-soaked terrain, their engines growling as they raced to reach the embattled company. As night fell, the reinforcements arrived, breaking through the enemy lines and providing much-needed support. The NVA and Viet Cong, realizing they could not achieve victory, began to withdraw under the cover of darkness. When the battle finally ended, the scale of the Australian victory became clear. Despite being heavily outnumbered, D Company had inflicted devastating losses on the enemy, with over 245 NVA and Viet Cong soldiers killed. The Australians suffered 18 dead and 24 wounded, a tragic loss, but a testament to their bravery and skill. Their ability to hold their ground against such overwhelming odds was nothing short of extraordinary. The Battle of Long Tan became a symbol of Australian courage and resilience. It demonstrated the importance of discipline, leadership, and teamwork in the face of overwhelming adversity. For the soldiers who fought that day, it was a moment of extraordinary heroism that would never be forgotten. Their story continues to inspire generations, a reminder of the strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable challenges.